Okay, well, good afternoon, sixth grade. Today, I'm going to be talking about what you've been working on. In the last several days, you have been tracking decomposition of your fruits and vegetables. Today, you've returned to class and you are going to be finishing your chart for that. You'll add your final observations. Now, hopefully you've been charting color and shape and texture, or maybe even smell. I know a lot of you have mentioned to me that the smell is getting quite ripe. Today we'll get rid of your stuff. If you're watching this on Friday, we got rid of it on Thursday, so that nobody has to smell that anymore. But the key piece here today is your standard, which is to develop a model to describe the cycling of matter and the flow of energy among living and non-living parts of an ecosystem. Now, here in the tank behind me, you'll notice that I added, of course, we have the wood and we have the rocks that we had before. On last Friday after class, I went out to the store with Mr. Gilbert and we purchased some decomposers, the snails that you see right here. We also purchased some plants, the producers that are growing in different places in the tank. And we're gonna let that kind of go for another week, and you'll see by next time that you come, we're gonna add a few more things in there. Now, to get this really started, I added some more decomposing leaves. I boiled them and put them down in the water. In nature, you'll usually have a variety of things. In our tank, you'll have the snails that, of course, will eat the dead organisms, and then what they put back out there into the system will be eaten by the plants, and so you'll have a cycle of matter and a flow of energy happening that way. In nature, you'll have things like bacteria. You guys might have seen it, some molds. You'll have some funguses that happen. All of these things take the nutrients out of dead and decaying organisms and put it back into the soil. So then the soil, of course, will then grow plants, and the plants will use the nutrients from the soil and the matter from the soil and start that process all over again. And so what we were looking at in your decomposing soil samples is what happens in nature on a regular basis. Now, I want you especially to note the difference that you had between the sand and the soil. And I want you to think about, there's a distinct difference, doesn't matter who you are, between what happened in the sand and what happened in the soil. And hopefully you'll take note of that in your observations that you have today. All right, so in addition to your final observations, today we are starting our video series, which is this right here in front of you, and you will be given a piece of paper, a small slip of blue paper. That blue paper, what you'll be writing on today is you'll be answering a question. Make sure you put your name and your teacher's name. You'll be answering a question and dropping it into the raffle box that's outside my classroom. Make sure your name and your teacher's name is on it, and make sure you answer the question. To see the question, you're going to have to look at the description down below here. I will pick one lucky raffle winner, and Friday I will have the final drawing for that. And so hopefully you will slip your name in there and you'll win that. All right? Happy learning.